Bible study, we learnt about two high priests. Who is a high priest? Hebrew 5:1-10 says that a high priest is a person chosen from among men, not chosen by men, but chosen by God, just as Aaron. He himself is weak. He is able to be gentle with those who do not understand, who are doing wrong things. The work of the high priest is going before God for man, offer gifts and sacrifices for sin. According to Genesis 14:18-20 and Hebrews 7:1-10, Melchizedek is the king of Salem and the priest of the Most High God. Melchizedek means king of righteousness and peace. No genealogy reference found in the Bible. Melchizedek is a priest forever. He is not from the tribe of Levi. Abraham gave tithe to Melchizedek. Why is a new priesthood needed? As we read in Hebrews 7, verses 11-14, the people were given the law from the tribe of Levi, but they could not be made perfect through that system of priests. So there was a need for another priest to come like Melchizedek. When a new kind of priest comes, there must be a change in the law as well. Jesus belonged to a different tribe. No one from the tribe ever served as a priest at the altar. It is clear that our Lord came from the tribe of Judah. Which priest is like Jesus? As it is written in Hebrews chapter 7, verses 15-22, Jesus was not made a priest by the human rules and laws. He became a priest through the power of his life, which continues forever. The old rule is now set aside because it was weak and useless. The law of Moses could not make anything perfect, but now a better hope has been given to us. With this hope, we can come near to God. Jesus is the guarantee of a better agreement from God to his people. How is Jesus better? In Hebrews 7:23-28, when one of the other priests died, he could not continue being a priest. So there was many priests, but Jesus lives forever. He will never stop serving as a priest. So he is always able to save those who come to God through him. He can do this because he always lives, ready to help those who come before God. Jesus is the kind of high priest we need. He's holy and he has no sin. He's pure and not influenced by sinners, and he's raised above the heavens. He is not like the other priests. The high priest of the Old Covenant had to offer sacrifices every day, first for their own sins, then for the sins of the people. But Christ does not need to do that because he offered himself as a sacrifice only once and for all time. The Lord chooses the high priests who are men, but with all their weaknesses. God's promise made God's Son to be the high priest, and that the Son has been made perfect forever. Jesus, our high priest, in Hebrews 4:14, it says, "We have a great high priest who has gone into heaven. Jesus, the Son of God." So let us hold on to our faith we have. In Hebrews 4:15, it says, "For our high priest is able to understand our weaknesses. He was tempted every way that we are, but he did not sin." In Hebrews 4:16, it says, "Let us then feel free to come before God's throne." Here there is grace, and we can receive mercy and grace to help us when we need it. Summary: the Old Covenant under Aaron's priesthood could not make us perfect. God created a new covenant under a new priesthood, Melchizedek. Jesus is our high priest, who was chosen by God, who does not need to sacrifice for himself because he is perfect. Amen.